Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy and today I will be talking about the Drukhari and Aeldari boarding patrol boxes. Because there's two of them, obviously. And they're quite good. They are surprisingly quite good. However, I think out of the both of them, the Dark Eldar one's the best one. And I'll explain to you why in just a second, because the first one that gets shown is the Aeldari Corsairs, and they do have a named character inside this box, the legendary Janzar. If you don't know who Janzar is, she got killed by Night Lords, and then came back because Eldar bullshit. Basically, Janzar got killed by a Night Lord Dreadnought who just stomped on her. Yeah. And though, as much as it's a funny joke, in-game she's really fucking good. And I've seen people complain about named characters inside these boxes because, you know, it can unbalance the game. And I sort of agree. I do agree that these named characters can unbalance this sort of game mode where it seems to be 500 points worth of models, very close quarters combat, and named characters usually are the most powerful, the most powerful units you can get. And it does seem a bit imbalanced, especially when you look at the Chaos, when you look at the old Chaos Space Marine box with bloody Abaddon in it. Yeah, so named characters seems to be a bit of a cop-out, but that being said, I do like this box. It does feel very lore-friendly, very silly, and I kind of hope... I doubt this will happen, but I do want a Night Lord-specific box, just so it would be like old rivals fighting again, so you have like you have the old Night Lords versus Janzar again. That would be really cool, but unfortunately there is no named Night Lord's character in game, which sucks because there should be. I'm not biased at all. I am biased. I love my Night Lords. They're so cool. They are such a cool legion, and I will fight you if you disagree. Anyway, despite that, this box contains 20 Corsairs, which can be built as either Void Reaver troops or Void Scars elites. So you get, you know, either troops or elites, and it's all good. And Janzar is there with her Howling Banshees. So that's fun to fight against. However, the star of the show is this box. Is the Dark Eldar box, because this one is wonderful. It's very fluffy, very lore friendly, and it doesn't contain the fucking Archon. I am so happy about this, because the Archon is usually brought by wankers, and every single time, my apologies if you like the Archon, but just... the Archon's not a fun unit to fight against, and again, 500 points on models versus one Archon, it's really janky and annoying to deal with. But luckily, this is the witches, and they are being led by a succubi, which is this wonderful model here. I do like the succubi model because it's not overly lewd, but it makes sense. And I do like the witches. They are really cool. They are a really cool unit. And yeah, I'm just pleasantly surprised it's not the Archon, if I'm being honest, or Lilith Hairspecs. Because if it was Lilith Hairspecs versus Janzar, it'd be like, oh great, two named characters. But this one just feels nice and fluffy, and you can really build it as your own. And what I'm surprised about with this box set, with the Aeldari box set, is the lack of Harlequins. Because you can take Harlequins with Aeldari now. They're not their own faction. So, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to see Harlequins work with regular Eldar and have like a mix of both. I don't know. But I will say that I do like the Dark Eldar one. And the Dark Eldar one is armed with 20 witches and incubi, which are also really cool units. I quite like the Dark Eldar box. I really do, and I'm happy that it doesn't have the bloody Archon. And yeah, it's just a nice box. Very, very nice. It doesn't feel broken, or there's no named character that you know, it just feels fluffy and a nice beginner's choice for people who want to play Eldar. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. It just feels like a really nice addition to any Dark Eldar forces. While this one feels a lot more... I don't know what's going on with the Arcs of Omen lore, but this one feels like it's more focused on that lore. That's why Janezar is there, and... You know, I do hope, though, if... Imagine the World Eaters get their own box, right? And it's Angron and nothing else. Like, Angron, 500 points, Angron. Yeah, that's what I'm slightly worried about, because there are a couple of named characters and they do show up in the Arcs of Omen lore. So I'm a bit worried that one of these boxes are going to be like, Angron, and that's it. It's just 500 points, Angron, nothing else. I hope they don't do that, but they won't. Surely they won't just shove Angron and some cultists in a box and go, here's a boarding patrol. Now that I said that, I've got a horrible feeling they will. But yeah, it's just a good boarding patrol. I read 27 and I thought it was about to say 27 boarding patrols. It's not, it's 27 boarding action missions. That's quite nice. There's a few missions here, and I would love to play Boarding Patrol. It seems like a nice, friendly game. Anyway, I've been Idiotic Synergy, and I'll see you later. Remember, take care and stay safe.